Welcome back. This module, we're going to talk about cold outreach. Now, if you want to dive really deeply into cold outreach, I would urge you to take a look at our full-length program, Cold Email Playbook, with Ahan Isaacs, who built this program for us after we had engaged his agency to do a lot of our outbound cold outreach for Growth University. Definitely pause here and check that out if you're interested. I'm going to keep moving, though, assuming that you want to do some of this very manually to start. First question I get a lot of is it legal to do cold outreach? In short, yes, but you have to play by the rules. Do your research and do not spam. Here's a couple articles here that I would recommend you take a look at before you get started. When you're ready to get started, first thing you want to do is determine your personas for outreach, which you should already have a great idea of. Then you want to find your leads and contact info, and then you want to get started. So the Wyza.co platform is a great way to go and build prospect lists of cold email, directly pulling the lead information from LinkedIn. Each of these different platforms have pros and cons. I'm going to walk you through a couple different ones today. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Wyza, but go check it out if you're looking just for raw volumes of leads and you want to pull that from LinkedIn, which is a pretty reputable source for contacts. Another one you can use is called Hunter. And so you can go into Hunter and you can use their email finder program, and it'll basically allow you to put in a name and a domain, and then you can manually pull down the associated emails with a startup. You can also use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So within Sales Navigator, you can click in and you can see what this person's email is if you actually click on this little this little email icon right there. Just will give you the ability to do this one-to-one, one at a time. You can grab it. You can send a really nice email out to that person. LinkedIn Classic, you can also do it. You can get most of the email addresses from your first degree connections one by one. And so this is just a nice little hack. If you just want to, if you just want to send 5 or 10 or 15 emails out just to get a pulse, you can go right into here without spending additional money, or LinkedIn Classic will let you see that. With LinkedIn Navigator, though, you'll start to speed up the process a little bit because you can just click really quickly. You can do a search for a persona and then click into each one and then just copy and paste the emails that shows up in this little pane here. Just copy and paste that into a spreadsheet. If you want to move a little faster, then you can use an automation. Something like Phantom Buster, which I've done a lot of work with, will let you go and actually pull down leads more in a bulk processing format. Again, you have to stick to the rate limits and other limitations that whatever platform you're going to pull from has. And violating those rate limits could get your account completely banned. So you don't want to use this to try to pull hundreds or thousands of emails, but to do small, lightweight experiments, you can use a platform like this. It'll save you a little bit of time. If you want to use Sales Navigator plus Phantom Buster, so you have to pay for Sales Navigator and you need to pay for Phantom Buster, they're not super expensive, but you'll create a lead list in Sales Navigator on LinkedIn. Then you'll export that list using Sales Navigator, and then you'll basically use the email finder built within Phantom Buster to get you the results. So this is kind of what it looks like. You create the lead in LinkedIn Sales Navigator, then you run the search, and then it pulls the profiles, and then it says, where should I save those searches? And then you hook it up. It looks something like this. And then you hook it into the professional email finder of Phantom Buster, and it basically says, okay, we'll walk down that list and try to pull the email address of those users. And there you go. If you actually want to then send emails, you can set up a Hunter.io account, and they've got a free plan that lets you send 50 email verifications a month. They've got other larger plans as you go. You can use Sales Navigator plus Phantom Buster plus Hunter to actually go through and run scripts to not only find the email, but then also to actually help you send the messages out. So let me show you what that looks like. So with Phantom Buster, I'm able to download this list. Okay, I just export it. And then I'm going to scrub the list using Zero Bounce. So remember, we actually heard about Zero Bounce through a lot of the targets for the email marketing specialists who use Zero Bounce. I will put this whole list through Zero Bounce, scrub it, It'll take care of all of the spam trap emails and other things that are on that list. And it'll just give you a much cleaner list to use. Again, it costs a few cents per email that you want to scrub. So put it through this process and then import these into Hunter as a CSV file, create the email, and then send. Okay. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm going to just pause on the email itself. When I'm doing a cold email, I'm basically using the same script that I used for my other outreach, but I'm adding a little bit more depth to my email. So notice what I'm doing here. So for Andrew, who's a senior marketing specialist, this person works at GoDaddy. Problem persona fit. As someone who also runs email marketing campaigns, blah, blah. After running campaigns with a dozen high growth startups, I have found that there are three main ways to increase email performance. Here's the first way. Keep the subject line short. I found that links of 7 to 20 characters perform best overall. This strategy is slightly different based on the medium. I've got a little bit more space. I've already got data on my LinkedIn messaging that I've been running. So I'm running this as a challenger campaign using a different channel. I'm giving some stuff out for free. Then I've got a hook. I'm like, if you're interested in the other two tips, just click here to my short blog posts to see the other two. So it's just a little hook to try to get them to come over. And then at the end, I very passively say, P.S. I run SendScore and provide actionable one-on-one feedback on email campaigns in case you're interested. So I've got my free value, I've got my hook and my second hook. I'm using my blog as the teaser landing page. So I have a whole article that I wrote on email marketing best practices. This is actually up on the Growth University site. And I give away a whole bunch of secrets on this page. And again, I see 40% open rates and 10% click-through rates. How do I do this? So I went into a lot more detail in this blog that I wasn't going to go through in the email. So here's my template. This is what I just showed you. Here's a challenger template again. So what you want to do when you're sending in some level of volume is understand kind of what messaging is going to resonate and what's going to start to drive those conversions. So this is email template 1. This is the first thing that gets sent out. Using Hunter though, I've got a sequence set up. So if the person didn't reply back to me, they kind of just ignored me. I said, hey, hi there again, Craig. Do you do any testing with your subject lines? Did you do any subject line tests since my last email? Let me know how it went. I mentioned before, there are 3 main ways to improve email performance. The second tip I have is for you to give away just enough value to engage the user, but leave long form content to a post-click page or video. So this is kind of like a meta concept here, but like as an email marketer, I have also found that driving people to the landing page that gives them more context, there's more space, does a much better job of educating them. So I'm kind of dogfooding that process here. I wrote about this in detail. And again, I'm trying to get them over to my blog. Interested in the third tip? Just reply back to me and I'll send it your way. Again, so that's what I did for email 1. That's what I did for email 2. And then email 3, this was the last one. Hope you're getting some ideas for my quick emails. The third tip I have to increase is if you can personalize your email, that's best. But if not, conversational tone will likely work best. Read more about what I wrote on this subject here. And that again, links them over to the blog. And then if you like these ideas, you'll likely love SendScore, where I provide feedback on email campaigns. So that's my campaign in a nutshell. 3 emails over 3 days to that cold list. Some of the tools that you can use outside of what I just showed you are here. And again, there's a lot of these tools. So you're going to probably want to do some testing and exploration. Remember, you probably have LinkedIn going now at this point. Keep those campaigns running. Set up a set of challenger campaigns in cold outreach using some of these tools. And then what we'll walk through in the next module is actually some of the paid acquisition. So coming out of this program, I want you to have 3 different sets of channels that you can use to start creating these dialogues. So next up, we're going to look at paid acquisition, how to get from 0 to 1. I will see you there.